Okay. I think I'm on live now. Yes, and I'm doing what I'm doing on here. I don't know if it's gonna appear to anybody. I don't know if anybody is coming on. I don't know. I don't care. Oh, the title is the reason why I don't care. Oh, I've been trying to do a video here and say some things for a couple days now. And truth be told, I just been chickening out. Oh, I see somebody's on. Hey, whoever you are. I don't know what I'm doing on this live. It's been a little over a year since I've been on live on Facebook, and I'm only live on here right now. I'm not live on YouTube as well. I'll just be posting this to YouTube. But for the sake of introductions for the replay, great rising, beautiful souls. I am Healer Tracie Nicole. And today, I got to stand in my superpower of vulnerability. That's the whole reason why I'm going live too, because I've been trying to get this video recorded for the last couple of days. And, you know, I've just had a lot of thoughts shifting through. This isn't, you know, my usual necessarily intuitive message, intuitive, you know, energy walk message that I've been doing here for a little bit. This is coming from my heart and from my experiences. And yeah, so I'm being vulnerable here. You know, a lot of people don't like the word vulnerable. They don't like to hear it, and they don't like to be it because there's a misconception that vulnerability is, that being vulnerable is a sign of weakness. Baby, let me tell you, vulnerability is a whole superpower because it is what will strengthen you. Vulnerability is being transparent, being open with yourself, being honest with yourself, and allowing others to experience that open and honest energy. So, baby, it's my super woman stance. So, yesterday, I think yesterday was the 7th of September, I believe. Yeah. And I got a notification on my phone about from Facebook memories. And there was a memory with me and my bestie from 5 years ago, 2019, in New Orleans, Louisiana. And we were attending the Lizzo concert, the I Love You tour. And it was her first tour and the first concert, her first stop of the tour. And I was so shocked, first of all, that it was 5 years ago. Because although a lot has transpired in the last 5 years, it seems like it was yesterday. It seems like Didn't we just go to that concert? Weren't we just in New Orleans? Weren't we? But no, we weren't. And, I am a numbers girl. Okay. I'm not a math girl because the math don't be mathing over here. I need all 20 fingers and 30 toes and a calculator. Okay. But I'm a numbers girl. And that 5 means change. And over the last couple of days, a lot of different things have been floating through my energy. A lot of memories, a lot of things that I've been through over the last 5 years, a lot of things that I have healed from and overcome and changed and grew from and evolved from and just left everything. Those things were floating through. And so it was really funny to me, like not really funny, but ironic, because that morning, yesterday morning, before seeing this Facebook notification, I was out with my best friend, Mommy Wata, on the ocean, doing what I do. I was doing my own manifestation. I was meditating. I was allowing the things to come through and just flow through me, whatever thoughts, whatever energy, whatever feeling, whatever emotion. And I felt weird for a moment because I was like, why the hell am I thinking about my ex-husband? Why is that coming through? What is up with that? Because for those of you that don't know, I've been divorced now for 2 years and a couple months, separated for a little longer than that. I think like 3 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this month we actually separated 3 years. No, 4 years ago. Yeah, separated September. Wow. Something about this month and this time and this energy, these dates. Okay. So September 7th, 2019, New Orleans, with my bestie at the Lizzo concert. And what people don't know is that my, I don't like to tell who do certain things, but someone very dear to me got me 2 tickets to go see Lizzo. And the purpose was for me to get away from home and what was going on at home with my then husband, and to get away and have some space to think and figure things out and figure out what the hell I wanted to do. I had only been married about 6 or 7 months. We had gotten married that February 2019, and it was September of 2019. And I was already thinking about calling it quits. And not because it was hard, but because I don't deal with lies. I don't. I'm a truthful person. And if I give honesty, I respect honesty back. I'm very open. I'm very transparent. I'm very understanding. I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, I just, you can't have friends. You can't do this. You can't do that. No. And we got married later in life. Okay. We weren't married as teenagers or in our early 20s. No, we lived a whole life, but we didn't know anything about each other before that. So I'm very open, but you got to be honest. And there was some huge dishonesty And that mug had been playing in my damn face from the moment that we were dating. He had been playing in my face and had me walking around town with other people knowing that he's playing in my face. So I went to New Orleans for this concert because my cousin was like, you need to get away. You need to think about what you want to do. And while I believe that everything happens for a reason, even when we make a decision and we look back and be like, oh, that was a wrong decision, I don't really like to say it was a wrong decision. I just like to say I should have made a different one. And so I'm going to learn from that and use that wisdom. Well, I made the decision to stick it out and to pour even more love and patience and honesty and everything into my marriage. Now, if I had to go back to September 7th, this very weekend, 5 years ago, what I know now, baby, I would have been a road runner, gone. Because 5 years later, while I am no longer with him, I'm over him and his bullshit. We are divorced. Ding, ding, ding. Divorced. Okay. I'm actually still healing from a physical injury from his domestic abuse. 5 years later. I'm sharing this story, this real experience, this testimony for someone who may be watching now, watching later, watching this afternoon, watching next year. Whenever you see it, there may be something in it for you. And what I want to share right now is love yourself. Forget about what people talk about. Oh, marriage is this and marriage. I can't even think of the words that people have told me because I had to get rid of all of that mind program bullshit so that I could save my life. Because I almost died 3 times because I didn't leave when I first felt in my heart, my soul, to leave. I almost died every year for 3 years after we signed our divorce papers. The divorce papers got signed in 2021. I separated from him in 2020. A few months later, we signed those divorce papers and he attacked me. And he caused injury to my neck. But because I was so caught up psychologically in the psychological abuse and all of a sudden going, oh my God, this is what you've been doing to me. You've been doing this to me all this time. The mental pain, the mental anguish, the emotional pain, it outweighed my physical pain. I didn't even realize I was injured. That man almost broke my neck. Three weeks after that situation, I was still in very much shock. Still going through life, moving, trying to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do. Couldn't really think. Went overseas to Costa Rica. To heal or to begin some type of healing process. And I'm over there doing all kinds of things, ignoring my physical pain. Yeah, was my neck hurting? Yes, it was. My shoulder was hurting. My arm was hurting. I felt weak in certain parts of my body, but I was doing what I do, pushing forward, because I'm still in shock. Make this part of the story short. When they snapped my neck back, I cracked a tooth. Didn't know I had cracked a tooth. You like, but Tracie Nicole, how could you not feel, baby? I don't know. I was used to ignoring my physical pain. I was used to being abused, mistreated. I was used to pushing forward despite what was done to me. I was taught by the parents that abused me, bringing me up, that I don't feel no pain from what they're doing to me. I was brainwashed. And there's some other people out there that have experienced these same types of things. I didn't feel it. I was so emotionally broken, so psychologically shocked. Because throughout all the brainwashing that happened to me throughout my childhood, deep inside of me, I was like, no one will ever control my mind in any kind of way. So I was so deeply shocked that he had psychologically abused me for several years, and I was completely oblivious to it. And that's what narcissists do. And if you don't like that word, then you're probably a narcissist. And I don't care. Get tired of people talking about, we don't want to hear that word. What, that people aren't really that. Yes. Narcissist is a whole entity. It's quite demonic. Especially things that they do to their victims, to their prey. So I didn't feel, I wish I felt my tooth like I keep feeling these doggone mosquitoes or no-see-ums or something. But I didn't. I didn't feel it. My tooth was cracked. I came back from Costa Rica to the United States 2 months later with horrible head pain. After 5 different hospitals and trips to the emergency room and being abused again at the hospital, at one of the hospitals, it was determined and discovered that I had some type of sepsis going on. They diagnosed it as a skin infection. Nobody still didn't know I had a cracked tooth. And I almost died. I was dying. And then coming forward just the next year, I almost died again because the infection came back. And this time I got caught out in yet another country, Turkey, when the temperature dropped and I was talking and that cold air hit my tooth and it hit the exposed nerve. And then, oh baby, yes, then I realized, oh, I have a problem with my tooth. Get back to the United States again, go see the dentist on emergency. And this is old. I had infection running through my whole gums. I lost a tooth, barely saved another one, spent a whole summer of 2022, the entire summer getting dental surgeries having problems with antibiotics because I'm not a person that can take medications, and especially when they give me one I'm allergic to. Almost died from being septic again, almost died from allergic reaction to the medicine, and then just literally almost died just simply from the fact that I was freaking tired. I was done. I was ready to give up. I was ready. There was nights I literally prayed and asked God, please take me. I feel like I've instilled enough in my children that they'll make it through. I made it when my grandmama passed away in 2017, and that's my mama. It's my heart and soul. God, like, take me. Then, coming on around 2023, I'm still dealing with injury from when he attacked me in 2021. And if I had made the decision in 2019 to go ahead and love myself enough to not worry about what somebody else got to say about me being in that marriage, me sticking it out. Oh, y'all just got married. Oh, this, oh, that, oh, this, oh, that. Because what I felt 5 years ago, this very weekend, 5 years ago, I felt like death was coming for someone in the household. And I felt that, I determined if I just put a little more love on it, well, everything will be okay. No, I need to put that love on myself and follow my intuition, follow what my whole energy was screaming out loud. And I'm not bashing myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing myself like, girl, you didn't you? You have this problem because you didn't do that. No, I'm sharing vulnerably because there is someone else in this situation today as I speak. I don't even know the statistics on domestic violence, but it's probably something like one of every two people is being abused by their intimate partner every 30 seconds. So somebody needs to hear this. Love yourself enough to save yourself. Because the people that was talking to me, some of the folks that was going, oh, but y'all just got married and this and that and that and the other. Baby, they weren't paying attention to me while I was dying none of those years. They weren't paying attention to me. I had a stranger come into my life as a friend at that time because my family was not paying enough attention to me to see that I was dying. And that stranger pointed it out. And my youngest son did come to me one morning and he said, Mama, you have to do something. You are deteriorating. Don't let the gray, silver, and blonde hairs fool you, boo. I'm not 50 yet. I should not have been in a position where I was deteriorating. Let alone for my 16-year-old to have to tell me that. But I was listening to other people pleasing. And the person that I should have been pleasing was myself. So 2023, ooh, child. 2023 almost died again. November 13th, 2023. Why? Because I had to have a whole neck surgery, a whole cervical surgery from that attack from the ex-husband who I should have left 5 years ago, which would have been 2 years before he attacked me. Yeah. Almost died because I had an arrogant surgeon who decided that because I was a black woman that I could survive anything, including her poisoning me with medication that she knew I was allergic to. I had a whole near-death experience, one of them real NDEs. I was outside of my body looking at myself dying. And my deceased grandmother was there. And Source God Creator was there. The energy of Source was there. And without speaking, without hearing words, but it was telepathically spoken to me. I heard it telepathically. Jointly, the question was posed to me, are you going to live or are you going to die? And I chose to live. Because I had not transmuted all of my pain into power yet. And that's what I needed to do in order to help other people. And that's been my lifelong thing forever, is to help someone else. Why? Because I'm Healer Tracie Nicole. I knew I was a healer at 7 years old. I think sometimes people, actually I've been told this by some people, they got tired of me saying the statement, I love myself and accept myself unconditionally, no matter who and no matter what. They got tired of hearing it, got tired of me saying it. That's what I needed to do to save myself, to heal myself, to bring myself back to life and light. If I loved myself enough 5 years ago, I wouldn't be still healing from that abuse that was subsequent to me not making a decision in my own best, highest good and interest. If you find yourself in a situation like that today, love yourself. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, love yourself. Love yourself more than that person that's beating you upside the head. Love yourself more than that person that's lying to you and constantly gaslighting you. Love yourself more than that person who is making it seem like it's your fault when you come to them and say, hey, you're doing something that's hurting me, and they turn it around on you. Love yourself more than that. Love yourself more than the fear of what other people will say to you, the fear of how people will look at you. Love yourself more than that. Love yourself to life. Love yourself to light. Because baby, while I was dying, each and every year for 3 years after my ex-husband attacked me, he was still doing bullshit. Reaching out to my friends and family like he didn't do what he did. He gone on doing whatever else. All the naysayers, all the ones. As a matter of fact, one of the main people that was trying to get me to stick with him turned out to be on his side, talking in the background, colluding, in cahoots, in the back, child, in the background. Do you hear me? If you don't hear me, do you feel me? Somebody out there somewhere loves you enough, and I'm telling you that I love you. I love you enough to get on here and be vulnerable and share an experience with you. Because you may see yourself in me. Man or woman, because baby, don't get it twisted. Don't think men don't get bopped upside their head too, because it happens. Women are narcissistic as well. Both play games. Whatever your gender is or your orientation is, people play games, and hurtful ones. And you have to love yourself enough to be adios, hasta la vista. I'm about to say hasta la vega, but that's see you later. No, boo, I ain't even gonna see you later. Deuces, I'm out of here. You are loved. But you gotta love yourself enough to do what is right for you. No matter who and no matter what. Now, switching gears a little bit, because I had a lot to say today. A lot to say today. And I kind of feel like everything is going to come out. It's still all somewhat related, because when I came back from Costa Rica, one of the people that should have been paying attention to me, that was not paying attention to me, but knew about the situation, knew what had happened, because I had told this particular person, a cousin of mine, that I thought was very dear and close to me. Let me rephrase that. I thought we were near and dear and close to each other, because she was definitely near and dear and close to me. But while I was not even knowing that I was dying at that moment, she chose that moment in my vulnerability again. But at this particular time, that vulnerability, I was actually vulnerable and susceptible to people's antics. I needed protection. I needed covering. I needed help. But this cousin chose to spread a lie. And to me, a vicious lie within our family. Went around telling people that I tried to hit on her man. That's effing disgusting. Because this cousin was significantly younger than me. Almost young enough to be my daughter. I looked at her as a daughter. So that was quite disgusting. I don't do that. I was sitting in front of her, dying from the injury that I received just a few months prior, 2-3 months prior. Love yourself. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention. There were signs that this particular cousin, let me tell you why she did what she did, is because for some reason there was some jealousy. I couldn't understand, pardon me, I couldn't understand how you're jealous of me. I had lost a lot of weight over the summer. I think that a lot of people lose weight when they're going through a divorce. I've heard that. I don't know. I've only been through one. And I know I lost a lot of weight. I didn't think I was all that. I lost a lot of weight because my ass couldn't eat. I was distraught. For the comments that were made by this cousin to me about my weight loss, I'm going, I'm in my head, I'm like, why is she saying that like that? She told me that I better be careful because people might think that I left the States and went overseas and got a weight surgery. Girl. I was like, okay, I don't know, whatever. I know I ain't had no surgery. And I really don't care what another person thinks right now. But I should have been paying attention. Because when people just yapping off at the mouth and you get a little confused, you're like, why they say that? Baby, pay attention. Because they're letting you know exactly what they really think and feel about you. Pay attention. And this person caused me even more emotional pain while I was going through the situation that I was going through. And this is a person I'd have been there for her entire life. And when I needed just to be there, she turned on me. And I mean, straight flipped the table on me, created a whole lie, created a whole scenario, made stuff up, and then spread it. Okay. All right. All these things are connected. And when I got on, I was like, oh, this isn't an intuitive message, but apparently it is a divine intuitive message coming through here. I didn't even really know fully what all I was going to say when I got on live. That's one of the reasons why I don't like getting on live. Because I just be going sometimes. I just be saying, I'm like, oh my God, what's going to come through? And what am I going to say now? I don't like that. But vulnerability is my superpower. And it will help and has helped many people. Let me tell you something else about that decision that I made to stay in that relationship with my husband at the time. This very weekend, 5 years ago. Do you know that a year later, exactly a year later, I was faced with the same decision again. And during that year, things had gotten tremendously worse. Tremendously. It was a cycle. If you find yourself dealing with some of the same issues at the same time of the year, over and over and over again, let me encourage you to step back, look yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself, self, and let self say, I love you. Stop going through the cycle. Make a different decision. And yes, it will be a hard decision. It's going to be hard. But I promise you, it won't be anything like what you may endure if you don't make the decision to love yourself and remove yourself from that cycle. Whatever you have to do. It will not be harder than what you will go through if you remain in that cycle again and again and again and again. I encourage you, love yourself and accept yourself. That acceptance is key. Because accepting yourself is a way that you love yourself. Loving yourself isn't going out getting your hair cut, your nails done, buying yourself some clothes. I mean, those are acts of doing it, of self-care, of treating yourself, things of that nature. Baby, treat your heart. Treat your heart. Treat your heart. Pay attention to your heart. Pay attention to your energy. How do you really feel on the inside? Does how you feel on the inside match what you're doing on the outside? Is the outside of you so much clearer and looking good, and the inside of you is all muddled up, twisted up, trunked up? You have to accept yourself, accept where you are within inside of you. Because it's you. And you go wherever you go. Despite what you put on, whether it's a smile, a frown, a hat, whatever. Makeup, no makeup, whatever. You go with you. Accept yourself. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, the whatever. Accept the decisions that you made. Be accountable so that you can bring about real change and transformation for yourself and not keep getting smacked upside the head physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, energetically. Five years later, even though I'm still healing from the next surgery that I had to have because of that injury, because I didn't love myself enough to leave when I should have left. Okay. Even though it's 5 years later and I'm still healing this injury, I have arrived, achieved. I don't even know the right word. I've come to a place within myself that my outside matches my inside. I feel safe on the inside. I feel loved on the inside. And baby, it's not because I got a whole bunch of people on the outside loving me. My circle is this small. It's because I love me. I've created this beautiful space, this beautiful energy that I wake up in, walk all day in, go to sleep in, dream in. Because I've learned to not only love myself, but how to love myself. And sometimes that includes walking away from people and situations despite what other people are telling you. Because those other people are not you. They're not in the situation. They're not experiencing what you're experiencing. And like I said, not near one of them people that was like, stay. Y'all just got married. You can figure it out. Not near one of them. What was any of them people on that operating table last year? Did any one of them people lose teeth and have dental surgeries for a whole summer? Did any of them people lose loads of weight because they couldn't eat? No, baby, they were sitting back getting fatter. Love yourself. Love yourself to life. Love yourself out of the darkness. Make decisions that are in your best interest. And don't wait too long. This is specifically for those that experience domestic violence, intimate partner abuse. Don't wait too long to leave, to put space there, to get help. Your life and your livelihood depends on it. I think that's all for now. 5 years later, though, things have really, really changed for me. So you can do it. Move past the fear. Be afraid and do it anyway. Be your own hero. Put your cape on and the S on your chest and save yourself. Be your own superhero. You can do it. I'm living proof. Proof. Excuse me, let me say that again. I'm living proof. I'm going to go on and hop off of here. I send you loads of energy filled with strength, self-love, self-acceptance, courage, and victory. Signing off. Love you to light. Know that you are loved because I love you to light.